One of the greatest problem people have today is lack of direction. They don't know where to go. They don't know what to do. One of the things that opens the heavens to bring you accurate and precise direction is a grace in God. Not everybody have that grace. In Acts chapter 10 verse 1 to 6, we looked at the story of Cornelius. The Bible said two things stood out in his life. Number one, he was an intercessor. Number two, he was a giver. And the Bible said, thy prayers and thy alms giving have ascended to heaven as a memorial. On the strength of that, the angel appeared and began to give him direction. He told him, go to this city, meet this person, he will tell you what to do. There's no way he would have stumbled into that. The Bible said what provoked that possibility was at the foundation of his giving. All of this is what we call all grace. There's another dimension of all grace called divine multiplication. In John chapter 6 verse 9, Jesus taught people for 3 days and 3 nights. They were hungry. There was no food. Something was going to provoke abundance, and Jesus asked them, we have to apply this law. What do they have? I cannot multiply out of nothing. Let them give me what they have, and God will multiply it. And do you know the shocking part? No man of stature there had the capacity to give. It was a boy. That's why when you are teaching this thing, don't look at people's faces. The people God may use may be the people you look at and think they have nothing. It was a young lad that came out with 5 loaves and 2 fish, and Jesus collected it. So long as they are able to give, multiplication can take place. And Jesus collected it and gave thanks and said, take, give it back to them. And when they started sharing, 5,000 men, not counting women and children, ate from the 5 loaves and 2 fish that the young boy gave. When they were done, they gathered the fragments. 12 baskets were left. Is it possible that the reason you are where you are is because you have kept the little you have? Hope you remember when Elijah went to the widow of Zarephath. He told her, give me, bake a little cake for me. She said, no, this is all I have. I want to eat it and die with my son. He said, you shall not surely die. As surely as the Lord liveth, you shall not die. But give me to eat first. The moment the widow gave, multiplication began. It's a grace. There are people today that nothing in their hand dies. There are people today that nothing in their hand finishes. So long as they have it, it will remain and it will keep multiplying. But the mystery and the grace that powers that multiplication is their generosity. As they are giving, God is making them fat. As they are giving, God is making them fat. And the poor man thinks that by keeping and saving, he will become bigger. He doesn't know the secret. The more a man gives, the more God multiplies him. And finally, giving provokes a supernatural grace that makes you relevant. I'm telling you, when he say all grace abounds, it means a lot of things. On one side, it means wisdom. On another side, it means favor. On another side, it means direction. On another side, it means multiplication. On another side, it means relevance. Nobody who gives can be relevant in a generation. Go and check. Even Jesus himself, the Bible called him a philanthropist. Most of the money that came to Jesus' hand, he gave it to Judas Iscariot. And the Bible said often they will go give to the poor. Even the high priest gives.